Exactly.
The overhead shot.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes.
Yes, sir.
Dessert.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Here we are, friends. Welcome to the program, Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. I almost forgot the name of the show because I'm so excited that we have the sun. We have sunshine outside after... This has been such a weird fluctuation of things. So yesterday was just kind of like a wash. Like, let's just delete it, strike it from the record. Some of my wife's family in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin were sending us pictures of the amount of snow that they got. So we're okay with what happened here in Muscatine, Iowa yesterday. I believe the amount of snow that folks have in places like Wisconsin and Minnesota. It is ridiculous. A couple things I want to say before we get rolling. Thanks to everybody that showed up to DeBeat's Bistro last night, downtown Muscatine. Portion of sales went to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter, so that was great. We were there right around 5, had a good turnout, and then even a larger turnout for the 7:15 seating. So thanks to Chef Awad DeBeat and the crew. That was wonderful. Chef Tess is in the kitchen, rocking, chopping a whole bunch of different stuff. Now I don't even know what you're cutting. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Is it kale? Yes, it's kale. It's kale. The super good for you kale.
The super green.
The super green. Some people will put that in a juicer, put it in a smoothie. Maybe put it, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
It's good. It's
put
really
a
good.
little lemon in there to kind of hide that kale taste.
Cucumber. So many other things to hide the kale.
Yeah, it's like, we love you, kale. You're really good for us, but we're going to hide everything so that we can't even know that you're in there. What are you using the kale for?
I am doing a roasted vegetable grain salad
Okay.
for a customer that ordered it for today.
Nice. And this is the thing. This was kind of a last-minute order, but guess what? Chef Tess can handle it. 563-264-2420. Ask for Chef Tess. And then, again, you're doing lunch, so you're busy. You're doing this, and then you're serving up lunch, 11:30 to 1:30 today. Made-to-order Cuban sandwiches.
Yep.
Wonderful. And then Friday, dinner, 4 to 7, half rack of ribs, homemade potato salad.
Baked beans.
Baked beans.
$10.
$10.
$10.
Okay. And I have a feeling that the ribs are going to be wonderful.
They are good. If you don't know this already, we smoke them in our parking lot.
Right.
Over Applewood. They are fantastic.
Nice.
The best ribs you can get in town.
Okay. All right, let's get to our first guest with Saints Mary Matthias Catholic Church, and quite frankly, we'll talk about the school as well. Father Troy Richmond is here. Welcome, sir. Good to see you.
Great to be here, Tony.
Yeah, we have a lot in common. Mainly that we're both diehard Cubs fans, and we have a lot of fun when we get together in November for the auction that supports Saints Mary Matthias Catholic School. How have you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been great. It's been a busy time of the year, of course. We just got through the 40-day marathon of Lent, and now we're with the celebration of Easter. I survived Holy Week, Thursday, Good Friday, 2.5-hour long Easter Vigil Mass.
Wow.
A lot going on, but it's a great time of the year. I love the season.
You can come over here if it's easier for you.
It's the most important event, I would argue, in all of human history.
Yeah, so I wonder, like, I gave up pop for Lent. Did you give up anything yourself this year?
You know, I really didn't give up much for Lent.
Sure.
I decided to do a little more, to add a little more to my prayer life.
Okay.
You know, I did fast and put money in the Rice Bowl, which supports Catholic relief services, which even supports some of the initiatives in our local communities.
Sure.
So I decided to give 2 for Lent this year.
That's excellent. So, yeah, the thing is, with Lent, like, you could give up something or you could give more of yourself, like you're saying. I didn't even really realize that.
Absolutely. And, you know, at the heart of Lent, it's not so much about playing this game of willpower. It's really all about coming to love the Lord more and really growing our heart to recognize Christ in our lives and Christ present in others. That's what it's really all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, so a busy time of year for sure. I wonder, as you know, the Easter season came to an end, do you sort of get a sense of relief? You're probably not glad that it's over, but you were so busy. I wonder if you sort of just get to maybe have one day off after before getting back into the swing of things and then everything else that's coming up.
Exactly. You know, really, Easter is kind of the Lent for priests. It's a priest opportunity to really reflect and slow down and recharge our batteries because we're so busy during Lent. We're hearing confessions. We're doing all kinds of good things. We're preaching. We're just a lot more intentional about bringing people closer to God. And then once Easter comes, it's our time to really recharge and to refresh ourselves and to spend more time in Scripture, spend more time reading, spend more time outside. Hopefully spring is here.
Yeah, right. Hopefully. This could be the first day, right? This could be day 1 of spring, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I feel like this is just taking too long, Father Troy. Before we kind of look ahead at things coming up, both at the church, Saints Mary Matthias, and at the school, a little bit of background about yourself. You've been in Muscatine how long now?
Almost 4 years.
Wow. And I remember when you arrived because I thought, that is one of the tallest priests I've ever seen. Right? I mean, not that priests are always shorter, but maybe it's because I've always been tall my whole life. But what have you grown to love about Muscatine, and could you tell right away when you got here that you would enjoy this community?
Well, you know, actually, I had been in Muscatine as a seminarian, so I was here for 6 months. The second year of the seminary, they sent us out to a parish to give us an internship experience so that we can get a hands-on experience of what it's like to be in a parish, to make sure that we're actually called to parish life as a priest. And then I was actually here as a young priest. I was a parochial vicar for Saints Mary Matthias, and I was actually the main priest in charge of Hispanic ministry. Back in those days, we were at St. Mary's Church. We had the Guadalupe Mission, and so this is actually my 3rd time in Muscatine. Wow. But I love the community, love the diversity, love the diversity of. We have the Hispanic community present in our parish. We have parishioners from Togo, from Liberia, from all over the world. Muscatine is such a melting pot, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, 100%. It's coming up on 6 years for myself living in Muscatine, and I think that's something that would maybe surprise a lot of people, is the various walks of life that we have here. You know, I think sometimes people can paint with broad brushstrokes, but yes, there is a lot of culture in Muscatine for sure, and I don't plan on going anywhere. Now, I can kind of choose to stay, but for someone like yourself, you could, do you know, how does that work? Like, I know that's not what we were going to talk about, but I just wonder, could you be in Muscatine for 10 more years or 5 more years, or would they say, hey, Father Troy, we're going to send you, to insert other town, or what?
So actually the way it works in the Catholic Church is we can be in a parish for 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 years based on the needs of the entire diocese. So you have to look at the big picture of the diocese, and really take a look at where the needs are. I actually came to Muscatine because the bishop said I need to have a priest here in Muscatine who is bilingual. So that's the reason that I came here in the first place. And so I'm guessing that I could be here for a number of years, but it's always a conversation between the priest, the bishop, and the personnel board. And there is a little bit of a leeway in that conversation. I can say, well, I really think that I have this and this and this to do that I've not yet fulfilled yet, and I'd like to stay a few more years. Or if there's a real great need, the bishop can say, I really need you to go to this parish. So
Sure.
it's not like it's a decision that's made with great authority. So there is some dialogue involved
Sure.
in that, but there's no set term or no set tenure for priest, for Catholic priest in parish
Sure.
assignments.
I think it's just fascinating. I don't know if folks would realize that. On Facebook, Marcus Mills says, "Hi, Father Troy." So you got some fans checking in
Hey there,
this
Marcus.
morning. Yeah, Marcus is a good guy. Okay, we talk about Easter behind us, and what's ahead coming up both. And again, we talk about St. Mary Matthias Catholic Church, Catholic School. It's an exciting time for the school for sure, because at the end of this school year, it's almost like we're excited for school to start back in August, because when it does, Father Troy, 8th grade will now be under the same roof. So St. Mary Matthias will be able to offer schooling from Guardian Angel preschool all the way until 8th grade. It seemed like it was a long ways away when this was announced several years ago, but here we are.
It is so exciting. So I can imagine being a parent and having the opportunity to send my child to a school where there are family principles practiced every day, where the children have an opportunity to share their faith openly, where there's a great academic setting, small class sizes, and I can send my child to the same building from preschool
Correct.
all the way to 8th grade. That is something that we are so excited about. In fact, I think we have a pretty large waiting list for kindergarten already. It is
Wow.
amazing.
That's wonderful. So we have the website pulled up for St. Mary Matthias Catholic School. I grew up in Elmwood Park in Oak Park, Illinois, and went to St. Vincent Ferrar and then Ascension. So from preschool, essentially, until 8th grade, I was at a Catholic school, small class size, and then I went to a giant public high school. So I went from like 40 kids in my 8th grade class to 777 in my senior year in high school. And then I kind of went back when I went to St. Ambrose in Davenport to that smaller class size. So my journey was a little bit different, but I think it's wonderful. Principal Ben Nitzel is a close friend of mine. I know that he's so excited, and it is great to not only have the option for parents, but to also know how well St. Mary Matthias Catholic School works with the Muscatine Community School District. I think that sometimes people don't understand that, but follow similar schedules, adhere to similar guidelines. So
The extracurriculars.
yeah, absolutely. So I just don't want people to think that there's like some divide, because there's not. It's just another option for folks in Muscatine, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, if you're interested, feel free to call the school office. Feel free to talk to our principal, Ben Nitzel. We would love to have you as part of our school family, and it's just going to be a really exciting year. We are so thrilled to be able to do this, and it would never have been possible if we would have never built the Mazzucchelli Center.
Correct.
Some 10 years ago. And many people don't know here in Muscatine that the St. Mary Matthias Parish campus actually has 2 sites. And so we have the Pine Street and 8th Street side in the hill. We have St. Matthias Church, but then we also have the St. Mary Matthias School. We have the Mazzucchelli Center, and there is a lot going on out to the Mazzucchelli Center. It's really dedicated to our youth, to our young people, to faith formation. Sister Cheryl's office is out there. Our coordinator of youth ministry, Tommy Fallman's office, is out there. There is a lot going on out there every night of the week, really.
I got a chance to be involved at the school with I don't know if it was like an accelerated program or whatever, but we went into a 6th grade class for about 6 weeks, and were able to interact with several of the students, and it was a great opportunity to talk to them about what I did at my previous job. And you get a good sense when you're there. We certainly have a good time in November with the annual auction, which is to think, Father Troy, that auction plays such a vital role to be able to have things like the addition of a 6th, 7th, and now 8th grade. You know, it's one night a year, but it can have such an impact. And that really, again, speaks to the community coming together, doesn't it?
Definitely. I've never seen egg rolls, Father Hy's egg rolls. I've never seen egg rolls go for $9,000. Amazing.
Right. An order of egg rolls. Yeah.
2 dozen egg rolls. The first 2 dozen went for like $5,500.
Right.
And then the second goes for $3,500.
Right.
Like, what does Father Hy put in his egg rolls? Chef Tess.
Yeah.
You have to.
You got to try it. Yeah.
You got it. These are unlike any other egg rolls I've ever had in my entire life.
You got to try and crack the code and what the recipe is. So we talk about 8th grade starting in August, which is very exciting. And then as we come back around to things that are going to be happening both with the school and the church, First Communion.
First Communion weekend is coming up May 5th and 6th, and that is such a beautiful time. I love seeing the excitement of the children coming up dressed in their tuxes and beautiful dresses to receive Holy Communion for the first time. They really get it.
Yeah.
They really get it. They have so much excitement. Something I wish that I had every time that I receive Holy Communion. It's a great privilege to be able to receive the body and blood of Christ. If these kids are so excited to receive Jesus for the first time, and I think it's a great opportunity for their parents because we can all get into routines and we can all go through the motions. It's a great time for us to be reminded of the great gift that as Catholics we receive at each and every Mass.
And then also confirmation. It is also in May. Is that correct?
Correct. It's the following week. We're really excited this year. We get to have Bishop Zinkula for the very first time for confirmation, and he is an incredible bishop, incredible man. We are so blessed to have him as a diocese. And for those who don't know, confirmation is the completion of our sacraments of initiation in the Catholic Church. And so when we're baptized, we receive the Holy Spirit, we become a child of God, and then in confirmation, we receive the full gift of the Holy Spirit, and we are sealed with the Holy Spirit and become full members of the church. And so after confirmation, we see a lot of our young people volunteering as lectors, as ministers of communion, helping Sister Cheryl in the classroom, really getting involved and taking ownership for their faith. Confirmation is, in a sense, the youth's opportunity to say yes to the decision their parent made for them when they were a baby.
Yeah, I remember it well. I mean, you get to have the confirmation name, and the process was long for confirmation. I mean, I remember being in our schools, I think it was called the Pine Room, maybe the lower level of the school, and going through different things for that. Yeah, very cool. And I remember my first communion, which was a long time ago, Father Troy. It happened a long time ago now. But wow, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so anything else coming up that you want to mention? I know that, we celebrated kind of a big anniversary of the church. Was it last year?
We did last September.
Sure.
We celebrated 175 years of Catholic faith in Muscatine. If you ever go up to the St. Matthias campus, you'll see on the site, very near to the church, the original St. Matthias Church built by Father Samuel Mazzucchelli.
Sure.
That was brought up the river and originally sat close to 2nd and Cedar in downtown Muscatine for many, many years.
Okay.
And then eventually was moved to the site where it is presently. And so we're really excited that we've been around for 175 years. I think when we look at our history, it's also an opportunity to look forward to the future. What are the next 175 years going to look like? And it's always a challenge for us to evaluate what we're doing as a parish. What's our vision? What's our mission? How are we continuing to be a leaven of faith for this community? So it was a great celebration.
Yeah, it's important, I think, to know, that all churches want to be involved. St. Mary Matthias Catholic Church, for sure. Give back. It's important to just lift others up that need it. So I've called you a friend for a number of years now. That's why I wanted to have you on to just kind of talk about all the things that you have going on, coming up. It's a very busy job that you find yourself in, right? I mean, there's not a lot of dull moments in your
There is
role.
certainly not an ordinary day in my life, and it's a beautiful life. I really feel blessed to be a priest. I've been ordained now for nearly 15 years. 15 years this coming June, and it is such an amazing life. It's a real blessing to be able to serve the Lord, to be able to know so many great people. And Muscatine is a community filled with fabulous people. The everyday ministry, from the hospital ministry to teaching at the school to the doing a lot of marriage prep meetings now. Yesterday I had back-to-back marriage prep meetings.
Wow.
I met with 3 couples, a couple getting married this coming weekend.
Great.
And several couples getting married later on this fall. And so are so many different aspects to the life of a priest. And it's, just an amazing life, an amazing vocation. And I thank God every day for calling me to this life.
It's a heck of a thing that you do and that you've chosen to dedicate your life to. And I thank you for stopping by. I hope
You're welcome, Tony.
I hope that our Cubs have a great season.
I hope so.
And if you ever want to get together, maybe we bring Chef Tess and we have a little Father Troy Chef Tess throwdown in the kitchen. You're very good in the kitchen, Chef Tess. Very good in the kitchen. I know that you make a lot of good Italian, right?
I'm all in. Chef Tess, are you ready?
All right. We'll see what happens. Father Troy, thank you for being very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Right, as we get ready for our next guest, which will be Mr. Jim Haskin from Hy-Vee Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam. You can see it on your screen there. Betsy on a mission to discover a pretty cool setup as we get ready for Cinco de Mayo. So I think Betsy's going to be able to find it just fine. You can see the cart cam, the Toyota Muscatine cart cam is rocking. She's going to make a left as she gets going just a little bit more. All right, perfect. She's going to head towards wine and spirits. I'll give it away a little bit. And again, the cart cam perspective that we have is fantastic. So what we have is 7G, the distributor out of Davenport that does Budweiser. They also do things like Corona. And they have a great setup ready to go for Cinco de Mayo. Let's see if Betsy can find it. You were good, sir. Thank you. Yeah. You're welcome. Yes, sir. So we're going to see if Betsy can find the setup that I told her about. She's getting close. All right, turn right, Betsy. Yes! We're testing the limit of the cart cam. This is going to be kind of tricky. All right, I think she's found it. So you're going to get a good shot of... it's like they built a house near Wine and Spirits with this Corona. It just looks really cool. And I noticed it the other day. There it is. Oh, perfect. Oh, she's kind of going past it. No, there it is right there. Okay, good. Yes, she's got it. Good job, Betsy. Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam has successfully navigated to the Corona Island. God bless you, Ryan Broderson, who's sneezing in the background. Sometimes Ryan has a couple sneezes. We call it the Beimer if you sneeze more than once. Or twice, actually. Shout out to Randy Beimer. Randy Beimer probably watches every episode at night. All right, so there you go. Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam looks good. Checking out the Corona setup. Jim Haskin, he's the boss at Hy-Vee Dairy. You are going to be disappointed in me.
Why is that?
You don't even
Tony?
know this. I'm going to close my laptop. So I, like a million plus other people, am addicted to this game on my phone called HQ Trivia. And at 2 times during the day, at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m., and I don't play the 2 o'clock game because I'm here, but at 8 o'clock at night, you can jump on your phone and you play a trivia game with a million plus other people, could be more, and you have a chance to win, sometimes $5, $20, $30, $50,000. They read questions, you touch the answer on your phone. Last night there was a question, which one of these items is not considered, or is considered a dairy product? I picked eggs. Guess what was the wrong answer?
Eggs.
Eggs were the wrong answer, and I work at a grocery store, and Jim's on the show right now. The other options were, of course, one that was from a cow, I can't remember, and then one that clearly wasn't, but I just very confidently, Jim, boom, eggs.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I hope you didn't lose a lot of money, Tony.
Well, the best part is you don't have to, like, put up any money. You just have a chance to win.
Okay.
So I'm glad that you brought eggs because that triggered that memory for me. How are things at the dairy department here at Hy-Vee?
Dairy department's going well.
Sure.
Today, I'd like to take the opportunity to talk about a little bit about private label again and our second label, That's Smart.
Okay.
You know, in this day and age, everybody's looking for ways to save money.
Sure.
And we've had That Smart label for a while, and you know, people are kind of a little reluctant to buy that sometimes, but you know, it is a very good quality product.
Absolutely.
You know, for example, we just recently, within probably 2 or 3 months, have started packing the That Smart egg.
Okay.
And eggs, as everybody knows, have been high in price, and they're starting to go back down to more reasonable.
Sure.
And the That Smart dozen eggs in the large is a very good value. It's very competitive with our competition.
Absolutely.
And it's something when people are looking for an alternative, it's something that is there. Other items, like the That Smart margarine spread.
Perfect.
Is 15% cheaper than your Blue Bonnet, and stuff, and so it's a good value.
That's fantastic.
And then they've gotten into the tea products,
Cool.
and as summer soon gets here, hopefully,
Hey, listen, it's got to show up sometime, right?
Teas naturally start to pick up,
Sure.
because it's a soothing drink. And then another way that people can save money is on the Hy-Vee branded private label products.
Absolutely.
There is usually always a good savings on that versus a national brand. And then we, a lot of times have perks that go along with those with the perk card.
Absolutely.
Or fuel saver items. For example, right now the Hy-Vee bagels are in the month-long ad at 3 for $5, and there's a 6-cent fuel saver on there.
Great deal.
So it, along with the egg market finally starting to drop a little bit,
Sure.
Unfortunately the gasoline market has
Right.
been edging up a little
Right,
bit.
correct.
So that's one of the real savings points that Hy-Vee can offer people is the fuel saver program.
Yeah. If you don't want to pay full price, I just filled up yesterday and I only saved like 7 cents a gallon or whatever, but it was worth it. You know what I mean?
And these are items that you're purchasing for everyday home consumption most of the time.
Right. It's not like it's just on candy or exotic items. And I know candy's not exotic, but for lack of a better word, it is. It's all practical stuff like you're saying.
Right.
And then you brought the nice. This is nice. So we're gonna pull Ryan. We can pull this up on the screen, I think, or Betsy, if you want to zoom in. We do have this able to pull up, but when you walk in the store, you grab the new Fuel Saver Plus Perks ad right off of the spindles, and they are just fabulous. Sycamore does the printing for us, and these are just great ways, again, like Jim was saying, to save at the gas pump. I'm telling you, if you don't want to pay full price for gas, you don't have to, right? You just don't have to. All right, we have it pulled up right there, the bottom right there. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at great deals in the deli, meat department, all throughout the store.
Bakery,
what I like to tell people, Jim, is if you see fuel saver balloons, there's probably a fuel saver there.
That's right. That's a good indicator.
There's probably something going on that has that good fuel savings. And then we just have a smoking hot Weekend Frenzy 2-day sale with ridiculous fuel savers. As we pull that up, you want to just read off how we can get people to save even more money at the pump?
Okay, and then on this Saturday and Sunday, the 21st and 22nd of April, there's a 4-step fuel saver program. You can earn 10 cents off per gallon with purchases of between $25 and $49.99.
Yep. And
you can escalate to 25 cents off per gallon if you purchase between $50 and $74.99. And then the next level is 45 cents on purchases between $75 and $99. And it tops out at 70 cents with purchases over $100.
Excellent.
And anybody that watches their food dollar knows that those are some pretty good savings at the pump for 20 gallons of gas.
I mean, if you really played it right and you so that ad is on the back page of the newspaper. If you shop that Saturday, Sunday, combined with some of the fuel savers, combined with the products in the store that already have a fuel saver, look out.
I mean, you could save $1.50 a gallon easily.
Easily.
And that'd be like paying $1 a gallon for gas.
So there we go. We've got it pulled up. Weekend Frenzy, Saturday, Sunday. It's a great opportunity to save some money. While we have, is the car cam still rocking? Is it operable? Okay, Betsy, you want to go straight and then to the right? Just go through the dairy department real quick since Jim's sitting here. Might as well, right? I mean, you brought some great examples of stuff from the Hy-Vee brand to the That Smart brand. I bagged groceries for a while yesterday, and a lot of yogurt went out yesterday.
Yes.
Man, so much yogurt.
Well, Hy-Vee
Great.
yogurt's extremely good value this week at 29 cents
Oh my
a
God.
unit. So
29
why,
cents.
That's why you see that,
Yeah.
Tony. But
That is amazing. Yeah, you can probably got that in your cup holder in your car right now. Jeez, I got 10 yogurts. Look out. But again, the dairy department, and I know we've talked about this before, but it's just a great, big part of the store, continues to evolve. You can see the Toyota Muscatine car cam heading that way. So much going on there, Jim. And I know that it's important, obviously. We talk about the tea, and we joke about the weather going to be hot soon, but it is. And then, as the seasons change, will things sort of shift a little bit in the dairy department?
yes, I mean, orange juice does sell all year round, but when it gets towards the summertime, people kind of lose their quench for orange juice,
Sure.
and they go more towards the teas and the flavored drinks more so, because they're looking for something more that's going to be a little more, I guess, refreshing, for the cool them down.
I just think that when it gets to the point when it's hot and it's humid, that none of us should complain, right?
That's right.
After what we've been through to get there.
Well, that's a selling point. Everybody complains to us that that's the coldest part of the store,
Right.
because of all the refrigeration over there.
Well, guess what? Pretty soon you're going to
Pretty
love
soon,
that.
the summertime, you can come back and hang out in the dairy department. And
I think that's just fine. People want to cool off between your department and frozen. Good options for sure. And the variety of products, again, in the dairy department, I think that's what surprises a lot of people. So if you, for whatever reason, kind of like we talk about, you come in and you got the tunnel vision on when you shop, look around a little bit and you'll probably find something that you didn't even realize that we carry. And we see that right now looking at that card cam. The Toyota Muscatine card cam is showing off all the different things, from... I was excited the other day. I picked up some French onion dip for my Sturgeon's chips, and they were wonderful, you know?
Yep.
And there's like 4 different varieties of French onion dip.
Yeah,
Do you
there's
want it
not
with bacon? Do you want the Hy-Vee brand? Do you want the whatever brand? It's like,
sometimes
holy
too many
moly.
choices. But
hey, you know what? I'm
there's a
happy to
lot of-
have it, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. And that's one point, that we should make, Tony, is that if we do not carry something that
Sure.
you're looking for, give us a call or stop at one of us in the aisle there and let us know, and we'll do our best to secure that item if we can.
100%. I think that's just it. Like, we don't want people to have to go here and then elsewhere to get the stuff that they need. We want you to be able to walk in the door and get everything you've got at a good value. And by the way, we're just trying to get you to pay cheaper gas. So, and like you said, Jim, you're buying stuff that you need anyways. You might as well let it help you at the pump. It just makes sense to me.
Exactly.
I've only worked here for a couple months, and even before I worked here full time, I understood cheap gas is a good thing. And like you said, it's not going down.
That's right.
I was talking to my dad. My dad lives in Chicago. I was talking to him yesterday on the phone, and he said, "How much is gas there?" And I said, "I think it's like $2.56." And he said, "It's about $3 in Chicago." And he said that he's heard by the summer in Chicago it'll be close to $4 a gallon. So again, we don't know if we'll get that here, but what I'm saying to you folks is if you can pay cheaper gas by buying your groceries, what's going on? You should be doing it.
That's right.
And
it's almost like they say a no-brainer.
That's right. It only makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Haskin, he's the boss, Hy-Vee Dairy Department. That Smart brand, Hy-Vee brand stuff, your favorite brands, you can find it all there for sure. Just walk through. And again, like Jim said, if you ever have any requests, just ask him, right?
Or give him a call.
Ask the man, 264-2420. Ask for Jim or whomever is in the dairy department. They'll take care of you. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Great
Thank you,
to see
Tony.
you. Good stuff always, Jim Haskin. Can we look at the CVI Bank and Trust aisle cam near produce? Sometimes you walk by that particular part of produce, and if you're lucky, you get a free shower when the misters come on. I can't tell you how many times I've been walking a little close, and you just kind of hear it turn on, and
So
then
startling when that happens.
it is a little startling, but you know what? It's all to keep things fresh. And as we get ready to wind things down for today, it is Thursday, the 19th of April. I encourage you, if you're hungry for lunch, stop by the store. Chef Tess will be set up across from Floral from 11:30 to 1:30 doing the paninis. What's going to be on that, the Cuban panini again? What's going to be on there?
So I roasted off a fresh pork loin yesterday, rubbed it down with some spices and slow roasted that. So we're going to slice that thin. We're going to use a really, really great product from the deli, off the bone ham. If you haven't tried it, it's amazing on sandwiches. And then Swiss cheese, yellow mustard, and I'm gonna thinly slice some kosher dill pickles as well. So,
that all sounds great.
Yeah, it's a very simple sandwich, but it's very, very good.
And you're gonna have a panini press, or are you gonna just press it on a griddle?
I'll press it on the griddle up front, the grill.
Nice. Made to order Cubano panini sandwich today, and then tomorrow, Friday, April 20th, ribs.
Ribs, $10.
Ribs for $10 on 420, man.
You don't
Half
want to
rack
miss
of
it.
ribs.
You don't want to miss it.
Potato salad, baked beans. Did you purposely serve baked beans on 420 with ribs tomorrow?
No.
You didn't even think about it, did you?
I did not until you just said
I didn't
that.
either until I just thought about that. And I'm not alluding to anything, Hy-Vee Today viewer. I don't know what the big hubbub is about the 20th of April either. It's just another day. I do want to see Super Troopers 2, for what it's worth.
I did see that was coming out.
Yeah. There's a lot of good movies coming out. If only I could get my pal Travis from the Palms 10 movie theater to come on this show. Travis, you did not reply to my email. I will text you and I will find you, like Liam Neeson in Taken. Okay. Tomorrow, Friday, on the program, I don't have my guests written down. That's weird, but I do. Kim Seligman with the Muscatine Diabetes Walk will be here. Officer Whitney Pena, Muscatine Police Department, and Katie McCory, who's the program manager for the Child Protection Center. On Monday, we'll talk to Ren Teed and Dan Stein about a math competition they're organizing. That'll be fun. Next Tuesday, Nancy Carlisle, the manager diabetes, education, and wellness from Unity Point Health. Next Wednesday, Dr. Pat Walsh with Vision Center PC. And if we look ahead, 1 week from today, next Thursday, Pam Collins with the Musser Public Library. And then after we talk to Pam Collins next Thursday, we're going to fight for Tim Dwight, former Iowa Hawkeye, football star, played in the NFL. Timmy Dwight will be, I don't know if he likes to be called Timmy. He's a grown man. He's older than me, so probably just Tim. Tim Dwight will be sitting right here on the show talking about the Tim Dwight Foundation, his football camp, and how he is determined to raise and donate $1 million to the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital in Iowa City. I've talked to Tim on the phone. Seems like a really cool guy. Can't wait to meet him in person, and we'll have him on the show. And the irony of that, on the 26th of next week, is that later that afternoon, Bobby Hansen, former Chicago Bull and former Iowa Hawkeye, is going to stop by the store and autograph some stuff that we're going to give away the following week. Stay tuned for that, as they say. So that's a lot, y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Father Troy Richmond with St. Mary Matthias Catholic School for joining us, and the church, obviously. He's got a lot going on. Great guy. And he's a great cook, too. So maybe we could have some type of throwdown. It's very tall. I know you couldn't tell because he was sitting down, but Father Troy's very tall. And thanks to Jim Haskin, Hy-Vee Dairy Manager here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Grab a sandwich from Chef Tess today, unless you're watching this at 7:30 or 10:30 p.m. You missed out, but please know that if you're watching this at 7:30 and 10:30, first of all, thank you for tuning in to MPW Channel 5, the Remax channel. We'll get back to the next house listing in just a moment. But know that on Thursdays from 11:30 to 1:30, Chef Tess is doing lunch. And if you're able to stream this show in the morning, we would love to have you. And I feel naked because I didn't have a Starbucks beverage this morning. So as I head out the door to an orthopedic appointment, I might have to get one of those Cascara beverages because I liked that yesterday. Walk into the orthopedic with a foam mustache. Hey, doc, I had this Starbucks Cascara beverage, and my knee feels tremendous. What if that was the cure for my torn meniscus? Cascara. It could be. Also, that display of Arden Creek wine behind where we do the show. That could also be the cure. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow on the 20th of April at 8:30 a.m. live or at 7:30 and 10:30 on the rebroadcast. Hy-Vee Today at gmail.com. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and team staffing for making this show possible. This is Tony Tone saying see you soon, and enjoy the sunshine, y'all.
with Tony Tone, watching Hy-Vee tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email hyveetoday@gmail.com.
Right there. Yeah.